Last week, when we were compiling a list of the best laptops, we noticed that a lot of Avita laptops offered incredible hardware for a fraction of the price. Now, we didn't have any experience with the build or general quality of these laptops, so we decided why not test one out, right? Hey guys, Omoto here from C4eTech, and this is my hands-on with the Avita Pura Ryzen 3. So if you do end up liking this video, then please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. Okay, so I didn't expect a budget 23,000 laptop to come with so many accessories. We have the laptop itself, a charger, as well as this nice padded bag. I mean, the Mi Gaming laptop that we got at the beginning of this year cost 5 times as much and didn't even come with a bag. So, good job Avita. And since we're talking about pros, I love just how light this laptop is. Just 1.34 kgs. That's because the whole thing is made out of plastic. Now, I don't really have a problem with budget laptops going for a plastic build. In fact, the textured material used here for the faux brushed metal look, actually quite like it. It doesn't pick up a lot of fingerprints or smudges, and what's more, it's nice and grippy as well. It even continues onto the interior. So we have the textured finish around the keyboard as well as the trackpad. That being said, the build here isn't quite up to snuff. There's a lot of deck flex. I could hear creaks and squeaks when I press the edges of the display, and the whole thing feels very flimsy. Coming to the keyboard itself, well, the font here kind of feels wonky. See the 9 key and the I key? Yeah, it's not a big deal, but it just kind of feels cheap. As for the keys themselves, they're evenly spaced out, which is nice, but I just couldn't get used to the mushy and uneven feel of them. The script for this video was written using this very laptop, and I could never get up to full speed using this keyboard. But for short bursts of typing, this should be perfectly fine. Now, since this is a 14-inch machine, we do have a truncated keyboard without any numpad, and the arrow keys, well, I'm not a big fan of them either. Now, the keyboard here isn't backlit either, but then that's not something I'd expect at this price range. What we do have though is this indicator LED to the right of the keyboard. Now, if it feels like I've been ripping on the Avita for a while now, let's change tracks and look at the positives. Starting with the screen. This is a 14-inch TFT LCD display. It's full HD and I like the colors here. Gets bright enough as well, so no problems on that regard. Now, initial impressions, the hinge seems fine. It was able to hold the display in place in whatever angle I put it. Which reminds me, this is how far the screen will tilt. On top of the display, we have the 1 megapixel webcam. Again, not the greatest quality, but should be usable for those Skype and Zoom calls. And for those of you wondering why I skipped on the trackpad while mentioning the keyboard, well, it's cause the trackpad here is pretty good. It's big enough for all those Windows 10 gestures. Yes, it runs on Windows Precision drivers, and the click didn't feel cheap or mushy. Honestly, I was genuinely surprised by how good this one was. I was also impressed by the port selection on here. Starting from the right hand side, we have the power LED and the power port. By default, the Avita Pura ships with a tiny 40-watt charger. Next to it, we have the full-sized USB 3 port, and after that, a USB 3.0 Type-C port that supports both display out as well as charging via the Power Delivery 2.0 standard. And the last port on the right-hand side is a full-sized HDMI port. The front of the machine is left clean. We do have a lip in the middle though that makes it easier to lift the lid. By the way guys, I did try the one finger opening test, but as you can see, balance is not the strong point here. Anyway, coming back to the port placements, to the left what we have here is another USB 3 port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot. So no Ethernet anywhere, but in terms of connectivity, what we do have is Wi-Fi 2.4 as well as 5 GHz and Bluetooth 4.1. The bottom is propped up on these tiny rubber feet, and that's where we'd find the speakers. Now, Avita on their website says they're 0.8 watts each, but they don't really sound good. In fact, they're actually quite tinny. Now guys, as you can see at the bottom, we have the ventilation. Like this here. So this is the only ventilation that we have on this laptop. So when the CPU is being used a lot, quite a bit of heat is being expelled here. So in case you're doing something demanding, don't put the laptop on the bed or on your lap. Speaking of the CPU, hardware is really where the Avita Pura shines. We have the Ryzen 3 3200U in here. This is a 2-core, 4-thread CPU with a max boost clock of up to 3.5 GHz on a single core. Now, I did see the back of the laptop right here getting a little bit warm even during normal usage. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you want to game on this. And yes, we do have 3 Radeon Vega 3 graphic cores in here, so naturally we tried playing a few lightweight games, starting off with Csgo and then Fortnite. Even though we are on the lowest graphic settings, the frame rates here aren't great. But hey, there's always the option of lowering the resolution further for a few extra frames. Okay, so that wasn't a great showing, but honestly, this is thin and light and not a gaming notebook. So instead, we tried out some of the regular stuff, like open up a bunch of Chrome tabs, and thanks to the 8 gigs of RAM, the Avita Pura handled 10 Chrome tabs with ease. We also played a 4K 60fps video, both locally and streamed off of YouTube, and both times the Avita handled it like a champ. No problems at all. Oh yeah, speaking of local storage, we got ours with 256 gigs of solid state storage. Yeah, this is a SATA based M.2 SSD and the read and write speeds are pretty nice. In general use, I woke up the computer from sleep many times and it was up and running within the blink of an eye. Even the boot times are pretty fast, so basically hardware wise, I have very few complaints here. Oh, and I guess now is as good a time as any to mention the battery life. We have a 4830 mAh battery in here. Now, I know it doesn't sound like much, but guys, do remember this is just a 15 watt TDP chip. The max it can go is 25 watts. So we are not dealing with very power hungry components here. So we should get at least 4 to 5 hours out of this machine, as long as the brightness isn't maxed out and we are not playing games or doing something super demanding. That being said, this laptop does come with Windows 10 Home pre-installed, but for some reason it comes in S mode. What that means is when we boot it up for the first time, we can only install apps from the Microsoft Store. But there's a simple and free process to convert it into regular Windows 10. Pop into settings and then activation. Click here and this opens up the Microsoft Store. Click on Get and that's it basically. Now we have full-fledged Windows. Other than this minor roadblock though, Avita left this as stock Windows. No bloatware, nothing unnecessary installed. So good job there. So overall, what are my impressions about this 23,000 laptop? Oh yeah, I got it at 23,000 during the Amazon sale. Right now the price though is a bit high, but be on the lookout as this goes on sale fairly often. Also, if you're looking for something a bit more powerful, well, you can check out their latest Avita Pura Ryzen 5 machine that hovers around the 30k mark. Anyway, circling back to the Avita Pura Ryzen 3. Who do I see it being useful for? Well, I would love to suggest this for students and kids because it's cheap, it's lightweight, and it can handle Zoom and Skype without any issues. But the build quality, guys, the build quality is such that I don't think the Avita Pura can survive a rough handling. But hey, if you're a working professional and you're looking for a lightweight laptop for some work from home stuff, then you can check this one out. So that's my total impressions on the Avita Pura Ryzen 3. Lightweight, powerful, filmsy. But hey, that's what I think about the Avita Pura. Now I want to know what your opinions are. Also, the only other proper competitor to it from a tier 1 brand would be the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3. It's quite a bit more costlier, comes in with a slightly better CPU, but loses out on the SSD as well as RAM. So which one of these two laptops would you rather go for? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.